Hi guys, it's Lynn with Curiosity Crochet. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm coming at you with this new hat. I came up with it yesterday and I'm real excited about it. And dog hair. I'm so excited that I have to get this video made. I just can't wait on it. I put a pom-pom on mine. I made mine out of the rest of the yarn that I had left over. You could do what I did, or you could do a fur pom-pom, or you could leave the pom-pom up. It doesn't absolutely need a pom-pom. It closes up quite nice. It works bottom up from down here up, and then at the very end we'll add a little bit of a border, because you'll notice when we start working on this bottom part is going to want to flip up a little bit just because of the way it's made. But when you have it on, and after you put this little bit of a border on, it lays down, so you don't have to worry about it. So when you first get going, don't worry, because it will do that, and you can see it lays nice, so it's nothing to worry about. For my hat, I used Red Heart Chic Sheep, which is a 4-weight, and it recommends a 5, but I used a 6 because this is a little bit more of a denser stitch, so I wanted it to be just a little bit looser. So, like I always say, you can use whatever yarn you want, any weight. I wouldn't go higher than a 5-weight though, because it would be, I mean, I guess it would still be okay. I suggest you use a bigger hook, either half a size bigger or a whole size bigger, just so that it doesn't turn out super tight and, dense. And, I use 2 different colors. You don't have to use 2 different colors. I just thought it worked up really pretty. It looks like strawberry shortcake to me, but the funny thing is that this color I used, do I have the right one? No. It was like a coral color, so it's not really that pink, but it just reminds me of strawberry shortcake. I call this one Twisted Bliss, because they're twisted is what they are, and it just turns out so pretty. But, so I don't remember the name of the color of this one, but it was a coral color, and then this one is called Lace, and it's like a cream color. Now I am going to do it on a small scale like I always do. I'm going to use different yarn, and I'm just going to do it up on a small scale to show you how to work it up, and how to close it, and how to do the bottom part. You'll need your scissors, you'll need your tapestry needle. I suggest having a tape measure, especially since I always tell you guys you can use whatever yarn you'd like, because when you make the initial chain, and once we get going, I'll let you know multiples and everything, but when you make the initial chain, you're going to want to measure it for the diameter of whatever head you're making it for. Now, if you have the measurement of who you're making it for, then you just measure it to that and then go from there. If you're just making it to make it, you don't have any specific person, average size hat is 18 to 20 inches. A bigger head, larger heads is 20 to 22, and preteens and teens are about 16 to 18. Anything smaller than that, you're getting into like the baby sizes and like small children, and I'm not 100% positive on those measurements, so I don't want to give you a wrong number. So you could always look that up before we get going too, if you'd like. So yeah, everybody get your stuff together. I'm going to get situated, and we will get going on this. Okay, once you get everything put together and you've got your yarn and your hook, now if you're using 2 colors, just keep your second color close by, and I'll show you how I add in another color. But so with this one, you want it to be multiples of 6. So that's just 6, and then 6, and then 6, and then 6, until you get your chain to the length that you need it to be. Now, with the yarn I used, which that yarn's a little bit on the thinner side of a 4, so if you're using a thicker 4, you may need less chains than I did, but I did 60 chains. which is a very average number to do with a 4 weight. So you're going to start with a slip knot, and then you're just going to start chaining, and you're just going to do 6, and then you're just going to keep adding 6 until you get there. So go ahead and get your chain made. I'm going to work up a little chain here, and then we'll meet back. Okay, once you get your chains of however long you're making it, we're going to follow this down. And I like using my thumb to make sure so that it doesn't twist on me. And then we are going to slip stitch in the very first chain back at the beginning. Okay, and now we're going to chain 2. Now the first few rows are just the base to get it going. After that, it's going to be a 2-row repeat, because you're going to do a row of single crochet in the middle of each of the rows. So it's 2 rows, but the main part is just one thing. And then you'll do a row of single, and then your main row. And I'll show you everything. I just wanted to let you know. So for the very first row, we're just going to put a row of double crochet around. So I'm going to work in the 3rd loops, which are in the back of your chains. And this first one is always kind of a pain in the butt because it gets hidden when you slip stitch. And it is attached to the slip knot. So it's the one that is actually attached to the slip knot. So you go in there and you do your double crochet. And if you don't know the 3rd loop, if you're looking at it this way and you turn it over, there's a bump on the back, which that's your 3rd loop. And like I said, the first one's always kind of a pain because it's hidden, and I grabbed part of the other thing, but I'm just showing you guys how to do this pattern, so I'm not worried about that. But it's attached to your slip knot, so that'll be your loop that you want to work in back there. And you can do it either way. You don't have to do it in the 3rd loop. I just tend to do it because especially if we're going to be working on the bottom like we are with this one, it gives you more defined stitches to work into. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to put 1 double crochet in each of your chains all the way around, and you will have the same amount of stitches as you did chains that you made. It should be exactly the same. So go ahead and work your double crochets, and we'll meet back at the end of this row. Okay, then once you come back around, you don't want to miss this last one because sometimes this one can hide too. Even if you're doing it regular, and mine for some reason is real tight like. So I am going to get up under there with the hook. And you can always count your stitches too to make sure you have the same amount of stitches as you did chains, so that you make sure your count doesn't go off. So once you get all that and you make sure you've got the right amount, you're going to slip stitch. And we're not going to change colors just yet. So through the whole thing, every 2 rows will be the exact same color. So for this one, we're just going to chain 1. And we're just going to put 1 row of single crochet all the way around. And once I show you guys how this goes, it's going to fly. And you're going to whip up the hat really quick. And it's not as hard as it may seem. You guys are going to get it, no problem. I know you are. Oh, yay. My cat is down here going to the potty. I live in a zoo. 2 dogs, 1 cat. My 2 boys, my husband, my dad. We all live together. One big happy family. I'm just going to get around here because mine's such a small piece. I figure I'll just work along with you guys. So just one single in every stitch all the way around. And then this next row we're going to do is the setup for what the repeat will be. Okay, so make sure you get that last stitch. And now we're going to slip stitch into that first single, but we're not gonna finish. You're gonna put your hook through, and then you're gonna grab your other color. You're just gonna hook it on there, and then pull that one through and through to slip stitch. And then we are going to chain 2. And I always like to crochet one stitch over the other color just to make sure it's secure. And our first stitch here is just going to be a double crochet right there in the same stitch we slip stitched into. So there's your first stitch. Now we can drop that stuff. We're going to put one more in the next stitch, one more double crochet. That's what we're starting with. Every row will start with 2 double crochets. Now don't worry about this chain 3. We're not going to worry about that. But we're jumping down to the double crochet row now. So we're going to skip. These 2 are the ones that we're skipping from up above. So remember, don't worry about the chain 3. We are skipping these 2. And then we're going to skip 2 more. 1, 2. And in this one, we're going to do a front post treble, which we're going to yarn over twice. 1, 2. We're going to go in the side and come under that post with our hook. We're going to grab a loop. We're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to work in the next one, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go in the side and go underneath that post. Make sure your hook is sitting under it. Bring up a loop. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. Now we're going to go back. And we're going to work in these, around these 2 that we skipped. So, but we're going to work in this one first. And then this one. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going back now. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go in the side and go under that post. We're going to grab a loop, pull it up, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to do it around this one. Yarn over twice, go in the side, come underneath the post, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now see, you can see that's where the twist is starting. This is how we have to start it, but I'll show you where we're going to go from here when we get to the next main row. So now, if you look behind where you just worked, you want to skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the 5th one, you're going to put a double crochet. And then 1 more double crochet in the next stitch. So there'll always be 2 double crochets in between your twists. You'll start with 2, you'll do your twist, you'll do 2. That's how it's going to work. So now you're going to look down here. We're going to skip the first 2 because that's what we worked into. And now we're going to skip 2 more. And then we're going to do that front post treble. And then around the next one. Yarn over twice. Go under that post. Pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to go back and we're going to work around this one. Not this one first. We're working around this one first. So yarn over twice, go under that post, And now we're going to do this one. Yarn over twice, go under the post, and finish your treble. And then remember, skip 4 behind it. So you're skipping 4. And make sure you don't count the one that you're already worked into. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put your 2 doubles in a row. Okay, I'm going to go over it one more time just to make sure you guys have it. And then I'm going to let you go ahead and finish your row. So now we're going to skip these first 2 because those are the 2 doubles that we worked. We're going to skip 2 more and we're going to do our front post trebles. So yarn over twice, go under, finish your treble. Now we're going to do the next one. Yarn over twice, go under, finish your treble. Now we're going to go back, but we're going to work in this one first, the one closest to where you just worked. You're going to yarn over twice, go under that post, finish your treble. And now this one, yarn over twice, go under that post and finish your treble. And then skip the 4 behind, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put your 2 double crochets in. Okay, so that's what you're going to repeat for this row. And I'll meet you back at the end of this row. Okay, and then when you come back around at the very end, you'll finish on a twist because we started with 2 doubles. So you'll finish with a twist. And then you're just going to slip stitch. And we're not changing colors just yet. So we're going to slip stitch with the same color. And now we're going to do a row of single crochet. So you're going to chain 1. And you're just going to put 1 single in every stitch around. Easy peasy, right? So just go ahead and put 1 single in each stitch and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, once you come back around, you'll finish right there on the top of that last treble from your twist. So don't worry about where we slip stitched. And then now we're going to change colors. So we're going to go in, like we're going to slip stitch. We're going to drop that color and we're going to pull up the other one and pull that one through. And then I just pull this other one tight. And we're going to chain 2. Now this is the row, the single crochet and this row are what you're going to repeat. And you want to end on a single crochet. So a single crochet row. So this is the row that you're going to repeat as the main row. This was like the setup of the twist, okay? So we're going to start with those 2 double crochets in a row. So you're going to put 1 in the first stitch where you slip stitched and then 1 in the next. Okay? Now this is what we're going to do. We have 4 stitches here. We are literally going to work backwards. So we're going to start here and then we're going to work back that way. So, and we're going to do the front post trebles. So you're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go around underneath that one furthest from you and do a treble. Now we're going to go to the one right next to it and do another front post treble. Okay, now behind those are those other 2. We're going to do it in order. We're going to do this one and then we're going to do this one. So we're going to yarn over twice, go under that next one and finish your treble. And then we're going to go around the last one. Yarn over twice, go go under that one, and finish your treble. And that creates our twist. And it just keeps doing that every time you do it. So now, again, we're going to skip the 4 behind it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to put 2 in a row. 2 double crochets in a row. And now we're going to jump to the next one. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start farthest away from where we're at. And we're going to work back to the first. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go under this post. Finish our treble. Now we're going to go to the next one. Yarn over twice. Go under. Finish our treble. We're going to find the 2 underneath. Yarn over. Go under. Finish our treble. And then the last one, way down here. Then skip our 4 in the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put our 2 doubles in a row. And you start getting these twists. So now that's what you're going to repeat all the way around. I'm going to go over it with you one more time. So you're still working in a row. Like pretend like you're going this way. You're still working in a row. You're just working backwards. And we created a twist the way we did it the first time. So now we're just repeating that twist. So you're yarning over and you're going under the one furthest from you. So you've got this cluster of 4 here. And you want to go to the one furthest away from you and start this. And then just work your way backwards. You don't skip any, you don't cross any, you just work your way backwards. Around those posts. And the posts are already there for you because we created them. And now you skip the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put your 2 in a row. I only have one more to go, so I'm just going to show you guys one more time. So we are going to start in the one furthest away. So we're going to yarn over twice, go under, finish our treble, go to the one next to it, go under it, then underneath is where the other 2 are sitting. You want to go to the one next. And then the last one. And then when you get back to the beginning, you'll slip stitch and keep it the same color. So you'll do 1 row of the twists and 1 row of the single in the same color. So then you'll do the 1 row of single crochet now. And like I said, when you get towards being done with your, or when you want to be done, like you have your height done, and I'll go over that in a minute, you want to make sure you end on a single crochet row. I just want to get around here real quick because I want to show you that now you're just going to repeat that. So you'll do your single, and then you'll do the twist row, and then you'll do single, twist row, until you get to the height that you want it to be. Now, you can make it as tall or as short as you want it to be. I brought mine to 6.5 inches, and then I closed it. Now, if you want it to be slouchy, you could bring it to about 8 inches. So, like, I would say 6 to 7 inches is about average, and there's there's a little bit of gap at the top of mine, not much. But then when you get to about 8-9 inches is where it starts being nice and slouchy, because we got a little bit of closing to do with this one. Not a lot, but a little bit. So when you come around from your single crochets, you're going to go in like you're going to slip stitch, and you're going to drop this color. But you want, wherever your colors are sitting, drop it in the direction of where that skein is so that they don't get tangled. So then it doesn't get tangled, and you just bring up the other color, and then we're going to start that twist row again. So you chain 2, and we're going to put the 2 double crochets in a row to begin with. 1, 2, and we are just going to repeat what we did before. We're going to start furthest away and work our way back to the beginning. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go in the furthest away from us, and then just in a row, work our way back. So then you go to the next, and then the next one, and then your final one down here. Now see, this is a different yarn, and this one's not folding up, so it may not fold up on you. It may be okay, and if you don't want to put the border on the bottom, you don't have to, but I will show you. But look at how cool that turns out. I mean, that is just, I love it. I'm telling you, any yarn would work with this. So then you look behind and skip your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put your 2 doubles in a row. And then that's just what you repeat. So you're going to do your twist row, and then a single crochet row, and then twist row, single crochet. And just remember, do 1 twist row and 1 row of single in the same color, and then change it after the single crochet row. And then that'll give you the look that I had. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to repeat those 2 rows. Do the twist row, single crochet, change color, twist row, single crochet. And like I said, you don't even have to do different colors. You could do this all in one color, and it would probably still turn out really gorgeous. So however you're doing it, go ahead and finish it up. Get it to the height that you want it to be. We'll meet back and we'll close it up, and we're going to have a beautiful hat, and then I'll show you the bottom part too. So go ahead and get that done. Okay, once you get whatever height you want done, and we're still going to change colors throughout this closing. We're just going to switch things up just a little bit to close it up. So we're going to start with our new colors. So we're going to chain 2, and we're going to put our 2 doubles in a row. And now we're still going to work backwards, but instead of doing all 4 of these, we're just going to do the first 3. So we're going to yarn over twice and still go to that farthest from us and put our treble in. And then we're going to yarn over twice and do the next one. And then we're going to yarn over twice and do this third one. And we're just going to leave that 4th one unworked. We're just going to leave it. We're still going to skip 4 behind here because we had 4 stitches. So we're still going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put 2 doubles in a row. So that's the only difference for this row, is we're just cutting it down to 3. So we're going to yarn over twice and do 3 backwards in a row instead of 4. So we're cutting it down by a stitch. And I did this closing a little bit different because I wanted to keep this going as high as I could. And I didn't want it to go real quick and just be like a different kind of, like a tight top. So we're still going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put our 2 in a row. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to do 3 backwards in a row and just leave the 4th one unworked. Skip 4 and back and put your 2 doubles in a row. So go ahead and do that and we'll meet back. Okay, and then once you come back around, it'll be just like before. We're just going to slip stitch, same color, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 1 row of single crochet again. So just 1 single in the top of every stitch until you get back to the beginning. And I'm going to try and just get this done. You can pause me and go get your single crochets done, because yours is bigger than mine, I guarantee. And then we will switch colors again. We're getting real close to being done now. So remember, your last stitch is the top of that treble. And then we're going to start our slip stitch. We're going to drop this color. And we are going to grab our other color, pull that through. We're going to chain 2. We're still going to put those 2 doubles in a row to begin with. And now what we're going to do, we're going to drop that other color. Now we're just going to do 2 backwards. So we're just going to yarn over twice. And this one will just be like a cross, basically. So you're just going to do the first one, and then you're going to cross back to the second one. So we're cutting 1 out again. Now we are going to skip 3 because we had 3 before. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put 2 in a row. We're going to yarn over twice and just do 2 now. And you can see it slowly coming in. We're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. Put 2 in a row. Yarn over twice, do 2, do 1, and then cross back. So it's like an X at the top, basically. And then skip 3, 1, 2, 3, put 2 in a row. And then your final 2, yarn over twice. And now we are going to slip stitch, and then this is the final row. We are going to chain 1. So you can disconnect the other color if you want. You can cut off the other color because we don't need that one anymore. This is the final row of the closing. So you're going to chain 1. And we're just going to single crochet 2 together all the way around. Now, when you get done with this row and you get around and you're done doing 2 together and you think that the hole is too big, you can always do another row of 2 together and bring the hole in a little smaller before you cinch it. It won't hurt nothing at all. It'll just bring that top in a little bit more for you so that it might be easier to cinch. Everybody's a little different. Go ahead and slip stitch, and then my little trick is I pull this up, and the stitch next to where you're slip stitched at, I come in from behind, I grab this loop, I pull it through to the inside, and then I tie off. Now I don't need a real long string to cinch this closed, So I'm just going to cut myself a little bit here. And then I'm going to turn I always turn them inside out to cinch them up. If you're putting a pom-pom on and you don't care either way, it doesn't matter. You can cinch it either turning it inside out or regular. But you could always turn it inside out too. So then I just go in and out of each of the stitches. So don't go back in where you come out though. Make sure you're going in and out of every stitch until you get back to the beginning. And I always do it one more last time, and then pull it tight, and then go across this way, go across the opposite way. Well, if I could. And then one more time the opposite way of that. And well, it fell out of my needle. I always pull it, and then I leave a little bit of the loop before I pull it. I'm having all kinds of issues here, guys. I leave a little bit of the loop so that I can put my needle through it and pull that tight, and then I sew in my end. Now, if I'm going to make a pom-pom, like I did on the one I made, I leave this, and then I pull the strings through from the pom-pom, I tie them, and then I sew in those ends. So then you've got this nice little twist, and I think this is so pretty. I got so excited when I came up with this. Now, if this already exists, and I don't know about it, just let me know in the comments, because I don't know. It came to me, and I wanted to work it up, and I just thought it was phenomenal, and I wanted to share it. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the opposite of whatever color you started with, okay? And we are going to connect it anywhere you want to. It doesn't matter. Just pick a stitch and connect it. And slip stitch that on there. You're going to chain one, and then you are going to put one single crochet in every stitch around. Ugh. Some of these get really, really tight. It's hard to get through them. And we are literally at the finish line with this. So we're going to do one row of single crochet around the bottom. Now this is only if you want. You don't have to do the brim or, you know, the edging around the bottom. This is totally optional, especially if yours isn't folding up. I think it might have been that other yarn, because this one is not folding up. So if yours isn't and you don't want the border, leave it off. It's totally up to you. If you don't want a pom-pom, don't add a pom-pom. Do whatever makes you happy. I just wanted to show you guys this pattern because I thought it was gorgeous. And for a nice spring hat, you could even use, you know what would really look cute is like a nice soft cotton hat for a spring hat. That would be really pretty. Okay, well, I'm not going to fight with this anymore because it's giving me problems. But what you're going to do is you're going to do one row of single crochet. And then when you come around, you're going to slip stitch, okay? And then what you're going to do, pretend like I'm at the slip stitch, okay? Pretend like I've slip stitched and we're at the end. You're going to chain one, and we are going to do a reverse single crochet around now. So what that means is you're going to work backwards this way. So you're going to insert your hook in the stitch behind where you're at and do a single crochet. And then you're just going to do that backwards all the way across. So you're just going to make sure you're coming behind it though, because it'll get caught up. So, and I started at a weird spot. So you're just going to want to come and work backwards. And it gives you this nice little edge. And this is one of my new favorite stitches that I learned. And I add it to everything. Everything that I can add it to, I add it. So that's what you're going to do, is you're just going to do one row, and don't pay attention to this because I got it tangled up because I was in a weird spot. There, it's fixed. Okay. So you're just going to do one row like that. Then you're going to slip stitch into the top of your first one. You're going to tie off, and you are going to be done. You are going to have a gorgeous hat. I can't say enough how much I love this pattern. I can't say enough how much I wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you were able to work along with me. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. The button's right below the video on the right. And you do have to be logged into your Google account. Don't forget to hit the bell, because then you'll get notified every time I post a new video. If you liked this video, if you liked this hat, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. I would really appreciate that. Don't forget to join us on Facebook at Curiosity Crochet. And please, if you make this hat along with me, please share it on there, because I want to see all the beautiful hats. I want to see every colors you guys come up with pom-poms, without pom-poms, with the border, without the border. I want to see them all. Just flood me with your pictures. Any hats you make with me. I'll put a little information box. I have a playlist of other hats. If you want to try them, you can just click on that. It'll bring you to more hats. So thanks again, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.